Other bicycles here, right? Hello and good morning from a very sunny Groningen, where I am in the Parkweg, Park Road, and I'm about to undertake a little city trip of Groningen, so you're welcome to join me. See ya! There's a few things that are worth mentioning right away, I think. These are all normal houses, and nobody has their windows obscured. Nobody's cocooning in like you would find houses anywhere else, like in Belgium and France and Germany. People would generally just, well, shut the world out. And well, that may be a good idea for you. I always think that it also means that you're shutting yourself in. So this way you can look outside as well. But I think nowadays this is very much typically Dutch. And the other thing is, of course, yeah, there's quite a few bikes out there, and that's because quite a few students live in this city. In fact, Groningen is a city of about 200,000 souls, I believe, of which at any given moment 60,000 are students. So there's quite a large percentage of the total population, and that makes this city a very dynamic city. And yeah, it's one of the reasons why I'm still here. It's just a lovely city, so that's why I thought about doing this little city walk with you. First stop is the railway station, which has a rather nice interior. So let's go there. Actually, the other thing noteworthy is that unlike I think a lot of other countries, students are housed in normal houses that will be divided up into separate rooms with shared common rooms, the showers and the kitchen and all that. Which well, creates a bit of a mess, as you could see from the bicycles, but otherwise I think it's a good idea just to mix it up. And again, that gives this city its dynamic character. Yeah, a few minuses of course, but I think it's better than living on a campus, you know, when you're very much in your own zone, and it gives you a good chance of learning how to live in society as well, I guess. Well, we're approaching the railway station already. A lot of construction work going on my left-hand side. I think they're creating a new bus station there, which is needed because access to the city is quite a mess right now. Bike lockers. So obviously this is the oldest part of the railway station. Well, as you can hopefully tell, this station dates from 1895. I actually thought it was 1896, but what do I know? And it was built by, well, conceived by an architect called Hoogstraatje. And I think his aim was to combine Renaissance and Gothic elements. Well, I'm sure you can all tell if that's true or not. I certainly can't. But it makes for a very nice station, certainly indoors with all the beautiful murals. That's super nice. It has had quite a few renovations, unfortunately, of course, but well, I'm happy that the old part still exists. Now, another typical thing, because as you know, we have quite a few bikes over here, and in fact this is kind of cool. So this is a cycle path that runs beneath this little square, and it actually also acts as a as a bike parking as well, so kind of cool. We'll have a proper look at it. And over there you can see our Groningen Museum, which I think I'll end this whole city trip with. so we'll save that for a bit later. And then that one is kind of cute. This is called Peert van Loeks. Peert is a Dutch word for horse, and that will be Uncle Luke. And the funny story I have about this is that one of my favorite artists is Fish from Scotland. Before COVID, Fish used to play quite a bit here. He usually makes remarks about this statue. He calls it the statue of the farting horse. Maybe he's got a point. In fact, I think I'll go that way towards the Oosterpoort, which is a cultural hall, which indeed in the time hosted venues by, amongst others, Fish. So we'll have a look at that, and then we'll go to Oosterhaven. Oost is a Dutch word for east. So this is the south, so it's not quite appropriate, but we'll walk to the east now, and then we go to the city proper, which actually begins here at the museum or at the canal. So this has to be unique. A roundabout at a cycle path. There's also a bike parking lot. Quite special. I wonder how they monitor all these bikes. It says that you can only keep them for 12 days. Maybe it's a chip on the UX. Seems a bit like a student rowing contest. Springtime is around the corner. Lovely. Cool. Well, that's certainly a building you don't see every day here in Groningen. Cool. I am standing in front of the Oosterpoort building, which is a music venue and all other kinds of arts as well. And I've seen quite a few bands here over the years. Fish, Crowded House, Joe Jackson, Living Colour, to name a few. And yeah, I think they're actually going to rebuild this place or move it to another location at some point. Now we're heading over there, which is called Oosterhaven, so the East Harbour. So let's just check it out. Oh boy, that's a modern city for you. Litter everywhere, even on a very, very special bench like this one. Let's look at the lyrics. For sure, he loved the city and he loved life. Oh, good for you. What a nice place to sit. Alright, I think I'll go pay a visit to a very iconic little place in the city called Vera, and I'll tell you all about that in a second. And that's Bas, by the way. Say hi. Hello. What do you know? They've got an Irish pub here. Amazing. Well, behind me you see Vera, which is a cultural center here in the city. It's been home to many bands over the years. Punk, rock, you name it, every genre really. You could also have a decent meal here in the early 90s as a student. It's also the venue where in '89 a very young Nirvana played, and allegedly 1,000 people attended, but in reality there was only 60. So yeah, good music to be had here. So I'm about to enter the Pepergasthuis, where Bas, whom you saw earlier, used to live. It's one of those iconic little places, little squares and buildings that people live. So I'm going to stay quiet there, just to respect everyone's privacy. But we can film there for sure, so let's go. What do you know? We've got coffee shops here. Bit of protest going on against Russia invasion of Ukraine, obviously, so incredible.
We need 2 people for fundraising. If 2 people can come and help with the tables.